Hi guys, it's Vicky. Hello and thank you for joining me back on my little corner of the internet. Sorry that it's been a while since I've last posted a video. Placement's been really busy, like taking over, well, it's meant to be 50-70% of your class, but I think I'm almost at 100% to be honest, every day. So a lot going on, a lot of lessons to plan, a lot of assessments to do, a lot of everything to do to be honest. And then half term was just manic with a master's essay due in and my master's presentation. So it's been pretty mad, and I didn't really get a chance to breathe during half term, but I now only have 5 weeks of placement left, and I can't believe it's almost over. So anyway, without further ado, let's get into today's video, which is one that was highly requested over on my Instagram, which is at Miss Green Teach, and you should probably go and follow me if you don't already. Let's get started. So just to clarify, these are my Pgce essentials, okay? These are the things that I couldn't have really got through my Pgce without, and these will vary from person to person, and everyone has different ways of getting through the year. It's a pretty manic one. But this is what I used to survive, so I hope you find this helpful. I'm also going to be updating my recommended books in this video, so stick around if you're interested. My first thing I have to say, and I know this won't be for everyone, but I'm going to say it anyway, and it's my iPad. My iPad, my Apple Pencil and my Magic Keyboard has just been a lifesaver, honestly, and I invested in this just before my Pgce started, and it was a lot of money, and I'm very lucky that that's something that I could afford to do. Well, I am lucky that that's something I could afford to do, but I spent the last 5 years spending every weekend in a pub, so that's why I could afford to do it. But anyway, I absolutely changed my Pgce experience. I used some apps on here to take notes during all of my lectures, which obviously you can just use paper for, but I like to then have my notes with me when I'm on placement. And then when I'm on placement, I use Google Slides, Google Docs and Google Drive to have everything that I need. So all of the forms that you have to fill out, which, oh my gosh, there's so much paperwork. All your lesson observations, all of just everything that you need, I have on here. And I just find it really easy and convenient. Also, because it's the iPad over like a MacBook, it's really lightweight and small and easy to carry around. Which I found to be a big plus. So if this is an option for you, then maybe worth investing or at least checking out. I'm happy to answer any more questions about it later on. I think I'll do a video about how I use it at some point over this summer. So yeah, if you think that an iPad's not for you, then maybe a small laptop could be a good investment. Just something that you can store all your documents on if you want to keep it all on technology like I do. And if not, then a folder is a good shout. I don't have mine with me because it's at school in my placement class, but it's just a big A3 binder, and I actually have some like plastic folders that go in the binder as well. So I don't like to keep paper copies of everything, but my current class teacher does, and she likes to write all my lesson observations out on paper, so that's fine, and I just type them up after. But I've just kept copies of them in like the paper form in my folder. And if you're a paper person and you don't want to keep everything on technology, then that's fine. You can have everything in your folder. So I mean, I think probably a mixed approach is the best approach. I've gone total technology, which I'm slightly scared could let me down at some point, but it hasn't yet, so we stay positive. I would also recommend that if you're using a folder and you want to go fully paper or maybe even partly paper, you need a printer, because the forms, the paperwork, it's just insane. Like honestly, I spend all of my time filling out forms and paperwork, and it's mad. So probably worth investing in a printer. The next thing I would say is a backpack. So I have a backpack that I used during my time at uni, and I've just like used it during my Pgce as well. It is this, just a big black Adidas backpack, and so you don't necessarily know where your placement's going to be, and you might have to like get a train there, or if you're driving, I guess it's not so much of a problem. But I like to have things in a backpack because I feel a bit safer on the train with them than in like a bag that opens. But whatever way you decide to go, you need to have a big bag, a bag that can like hold everything you want to take with you to placement. So I don't actually take that much because I have everything on my iPad. That's like the main thing. But I do have in there, I don't know, an umbrella. I have a reusable water bottle, which highly recommend. This is a Chili's bottle, but just any reusable water bottle is definitely a shout, because when you're in your summer term, you get really hot in your classrooms and you need to drink lots of water. And I actually found that when you're talking all the time at your class, you need to drink all the time as well, which isn't something that I really thought about, but reusable water bottle is definitely a shout. And I also have a pencil case in my bag. The one that I use at the moment is actually from my first placement class, and it says Miss Green on it, which is really cute and I love it. And in there I just have like a couple of highlighters, a couple of pens, some pencils, and I mean my marking pens as well. So you don't necessarily need marking pens, but some schools like you to use specific pens, or at least like you to use specific colours. So the school that I'm at the moment likes you to use blue, so I just went out and got some more blue pens, and they are in my pencil case, so just helpful to have some bits. So the next biggest thing that I'd say you need for your Pgce is a suitable school wardrobe. So you're gonna have a lot of days on placement, a lot of days in school, and you need to be dressed appropriately. Today I actually had sports day, so I am in like sportswear, but the majority of my clothes consist of like straight black trousers, pumps or boots, and shirts or tops with collars. You don't necessarily, and blazers. You don't necessarily need to be that smart. It depends on the school that you're at and their policy, but you need to have suitable school clothes. There is a couple of videos on my channel about my wardrobe, my teacher outfits, so feel free to check them out if you need some inspiration. I'm going to mention, this is like a COVID one I guess, but a face mask that is comfortable. I don't know if, I think face masks will continue to be a thing as we move away from COVID, maybe, I don't know, but I got a face mask, one of my friends embroidered for me that had Miss Green on it, and it was so cute. They don't use second names at the school that I'm at the moment, so I just have a black comfortable one. But it's worth spending that time to like find a mask that's comfortable, because you're going to spend a lot of time wearing it, and those ones that like really hurt the back of your ear, can't be linen. So just for ease, get a decent face mask that you know is comfortable. And I would say another Pgce essential is TeacherGram. I cannot stress this much. I cannot stress this enough. TeacherGram has absolutely got me through my Pgce. It has pulled me through. Oh my gosh, like, you know when you're having those days where you're feeling a bit low, like, I'm not sure this is what I'm meant to do, I'm not sure I can get through this. We've all been there. You will probably be there. Sorry to let you know, but it's really hard. You'll get through it, especially if you have TeacherGround, because everyone on there is just, it's just the most amazing community that I've ever been a part of. And definitely worth just creating another Instagram account. I made it with my name because I have a YouTube channel anyway, so people are going to know who I am, but maybe if you want it to be anonymous, some people do it like that. But just spreading resources, information, like any help that anyone needs, any advice that anyone needs, like, it's just honestly the most amazing community. I also have a teacher Twitter account as well. It's like #edutwitter that they use over on Twitter, which is nice as well. I don't rate it quite as much as I rate Instagram, but I think I just prefer Instagram to Twitter, so maybe give that a go and see what you like. Honestly, TeacherGround's just the best. Can't say it enough. Another thing I would say for your Pgce that is pretty essential is an area that you can work in at home. So I actually use a desk in my brother's room because he doesn't live with us anymore at home, and you have lectures for like your first term, and you really need somewhere that you can concentrate on that and do that. Obviously this is another COVID one, because I didn't really think about that, because I haven't actually been to UCL once since I started my course. If you're going into lectures, you might not need a space to work at home. No, you do. Changing it up. You do need a place to work at home anyway, because teachers end up doing so much work at home, it's actually insane. I don't know how, like, some teachers like, oh, I get all my schoolwork done at school, which is amazing. I don't know how you do it. It's amazing. Especially during your Pgce year, because with all the paperwork you've got to do as well, like, you're just going to end up doing some planning and work at home. But yeah, so an area to work at home, an area that you feel like you can focus and concentrate, I think is pretty essential. And that's it on my Pgce essentials. I don't think that was that much. I mean, obviously the iPad's a big purchase. I mean, you need a bag to take stuff with. There wasn't too much there. Like there's no big things, big surprises of anything that you massively need. Just spend your summer before your PGCE. Maybe do a bit of reading, some of the books I'm about to recommend, and relaxing, because it's going to be a hard year. And you should just take some time to chill. Hey guys, so quick interlude in whatever video this is, because I just got an email from my school next year and I found out what year group I'm gonna have, and I'm having, drumroll, year 5. Year 5! Oh my gosh, I can't believe it. I actually, what? I don't know what I was expecting. Like, I did ask for year 5. I think I asked for year 5. I can't really remember what happened in the interview because it was such a blur, like, but anyway, I'm buzzing. I had year 5 as my first placement class, so that's really good, but oh my gosh, year 5. What? Year 5 is in a different building at the school I'm going to, so I'm going to be like in our own little year 5, year 6 building, and it's the building right by the swimming pool, and you know that I love that. So yeah, I'm excited. I have a meeting on Monday to meet the year 4 teachers and talk about my class, so I'm absolutely buzzing. But yeah, I'm on lunch right now at my placement school, so I'm going. So I have read a lot of books this year, and some of them have been absolutely amazing. Lots of them have been really good. I don't think any of them have been bad. They're all good to read, but some of them just like are similar to others. So these are the ones that I think have been the best that I have read. And I mean, maybe you'd like to get some and do some reading for your PGCE. Don't do too much, like, chill. But these are the books that I would recommend. So I'm going to start like really basic, and it's this one. The Natural, why am I such a mess? It's only Thursday, mate. I've got another day. Jeez. The National Curriculum and the Teaching Standards, Teachers Standards, by Dylan William. And this book has been a godsend. I mean, you can get the National Curriculum up online, right? And you can get the Teacher Standards online, and I do that a lot, but sometimes it's nice to just have it to like flick through. This has been really helpful when I've been planning my lessons to like keep me on track with my activities, and you need to put it in your lesson plans as well. And I think it's something that's going to be coming with me when I'm moving to where it is I'm moving to for my ECT years at my new school. So I'd recommend this because it's good and you will continue to use it throughout your career. But I think you will. Anyway, I haven't done it yet, but yeah. Another one that I read really early, I actually brought this during my summer, was What They Didn't Teach Me on My PGCE by Sarah Mullin. Just covers such a wide range of things and will be something that's really good to come back to again during your ECT years. Same goes for The Unofficial Teacher's Manual by Omar Akbar. Brilliant book. We'll be coming back to it during my future in teaching. We'll be coming back to it in the future. I've absolutely loved it when I read it. I haven't actually read it in a while, and I will reread it this summer, and it will be coming with me to my new school. Another book which I've absolutely loved, I do love Sue Cowley. She's a brilliant author and she does some good books. I've also read her How to Get the Buggers to Behave, which was a good book on behaviour management. But I loved this one a little bit more, How to Survive Your First Year in Teaching. Obviously, I haven't done my first year in teaching yet because this is my training year, but there's still some brilliant tips in there. And you do a lot of the things that you do in your first year in teaching during your PGCE year. And it's good to know. Another one that I will be taking with me and read again this summer. This is a book that I've literally just finished reading, and it's been my train book most recently because I have quite a journey to my placement school, and it is When the Adults Change, Everything Changes by Paul Dix. I'm very interested in behaviour and like what the behaviour means, like why is that child acting in that way, and I'm very passionate about using certain like behaviour management techniques that encourages better behaviour without punishing or like getting to the root of the issue rather than just pushing the child aside. So yeah, that's just something that I'm really interested in, and I've absolutely loved this book, and it actually really nicely summed up what I feel is my teaching philosophy, and that is, why attempt to crush behaviours with punishment when you can grow better ones with love? And when I read this quote in the book, it's like fairly near the front, I was like, wow, like that's me. That is me as a teacher. So absolutely love this one. worth checking out. Then we'll move on to subject knowledge books. So I've brought quite a few subject knowledge books because I really like to have the books in front of me instead of reading them online. So one of the English ones I have is Teaching Primary English by Eve Byrne and David Reedy. I'll probably leave all the names of these in the description and the authors. And I have Carol Vorderman's English and grammar book as well, which has been really good because I really need to work on my grammar. The thing about subject knowledge books is you need to get what suits you. So you need to identify where your gaps lie in your knowledge, and you need to buy those books that will help to support you. I also brought a Key Stage 3 Science Study Guide by CGP. I really recommend these books. They're just, I mean, I used to like them when I was like doing my GCSEs and my A levels. I just think they're really succinct and helpful. So they're not that expensive either. Probably worth investing in some of these if you have any gaps in your knowledge. Then we move on to my next book. So I don't know what this is like, but it's something I'm really interested in. And it's Working with Relational Trauma in Schools by Kim Golding and Louise Bomber. So it's an educator's guide to using didactic developmental practice. So I haven't read this yet, but I'm very interested in children's mental health, and I'm actually looking for some books to read next after this one about children's mental health. So if you have any recommendations, then please leave them in the comments below and I would love to hear them. And that's all the books I have to recommend. I have read some other ones, but these are definitely my favourites. I'd love to hear any recommendations that you have, so please do leave them down in the comments below. And also, if you have any other Pgce essentials that you think people going into their training should know about, then leave them down in the comments as well. It'd be really good to share all the information that we have so that everyone can be as best prepared as they can be. Yeah, I hope this video has been helpful, and if you think it has and you're interested in following me on my teacher training journey and then further into my career, then you can follow me over at Miss Green Teach on Instagram and Twitter. Instagram's probably a bit better. I do like daily updates of how things are going, and post some like tips and interview questions and stuff like that over there. So worth checking out if you have the time, and making your own Instagram account, because that is one of my essentials. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.